And to look back in this journey from those guys who are on those tryouts at PWZ, give us a retrospective on that show after.
It was really when Marty's match finished. He had just lost to Izzy James, and the promoter comes up to us and he's like, "Hey, go out." Oh, okay, like we go out with Marty, me, and Cosmo, and then we see the roster come out.
Oh my god!
And we were just like, "Oh, you fool! I can't believe you
Who's left leaving onions on the ring?"
Yeah, exactly. I was like, man, I can't believe this. And just seeing everybody that we were helping build up, everybody we grew up with, just like giving us our flowers and getting ready to say goodbye. It was a lot.
Welcome to the season finale. I almost said the other finale, but this is the Project Get to Know podcast. My name is Emmanuel, and we have, first of all, shout out to the Vault Studio here in El Paso. This is not a video call. This is something that's completely different here. I had the privilege of seeing Delgado Promotions here last night when we were recording this today. We have one of the guys here in El Paso. We have GMO Kaminari.
What up, you guys?
There you go. So it's good to see you. I got to ask your name too. Like, where did that come from?
Okay, so GMO was a nickname I got in high school. I did amateur wrestling, Olympic wrestling back in high school, and when we were writing down weight classes, my coach just wrote down GMO, and he started calling me GMO, and just like I was like, "Coach, you spelled his name wrong." I was like, "No, that's GMO. What are you talking about?" I was like, "All right, man. I guess I'm GMO." So that's where that little bit of the name came from, GMO, from high school.
Yeah.
And Kaminari, because I started wrestling in high school, I wanted to do something for my high school, if that makes sense. I started pro wrestling when I was 16. So I really wanted to do something for the high school. Our school mascot was the Thunderbird.
Yeah.
So I started looking up different translations for the name Thunder, for bird. I couldn't find anything. I was like, maybe lightning is close enough. So lightning in Japanese is Kaminari.
Yep,
So that's where I got GMO Kaminari from. I was just looking around trying to find a cool name, and that's what I landed on.
I wonder what the French one is. But we're here in El Paso today. It's really fascinating and seeing Mexico is literally you can just walk and get a passport and the fee to enter it. As a city, what is the city like? And this is from my perception, and you can correct me. It's such a very small town and such a very big space here in Texas. What was that? What was growing up past?
Growing up here in El Paso, we're so far away from everything, right? But our closest city is Ciudad Juarez.
Yeah.
We have Mexico right there. So I think both the cultures of the American and Mexican, they just clash and create what El Paso is. It's very Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
More Mex than Tex, right? but it's still like that's El Paso. Tex-Mex is how I see it.
Yeah.
It's grow up with a Mexican family, going to school, learning English, all this. That's the best way for me to put it.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex.
Because I think the scene itself is very fascinating because lucha libre it's different. It's a different smattering of what Mexican professional wrestling is.
For sure.
Because like Laredo is another part, and Baracho, shout out Baracho, has their own lucha libre there as well. How can you describe lucha libre in your own words in El Paso?
Lucha here in El Paso is very weird.
Yeah.
I would say, because we have Mexico right there. So we learn real traditional lucha. But something that we made different is we added that American style of pro wrestling to it. We really just combined the two, and we created our own style. It's El Paso. We go out and people call us the lucha guys. Well, we are the lucha guys, right?
Yeah.
But we still have that foundation of American pro wrestling. We really like to combine the two, and what people have told us is do smart lucha.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense, because we have the moves, all the flashy, all the cool stuff, the flips, all those acrobatics, but we combine the American psychology of pro wrestling, and that's our hybrid style. That's the El Paso style.
His PWL became a thing, and before we even stepped into training, to know what is that scene like before you got into the apron, and what got you motivated to try and be a professional wrestler within PWI?
I would say before I stepped into the apron, there wasn't a lot here wrestling wise. Of course, you had people like Sin Cara, Eddie Guerrero that were making trails in wrestling, right? They're from El Paso. But realistically, the scene was very small.
Okay.
It was pretty non-existent. It was more just like those average lucha shows that everyone like go on a Sunday night to go see, right? But that's really all it was. It was very small. It was very hard to find. I remember being 14 years old and just not knowing what I wanted to do with my life, right? Obviously, I was in middle school, transitioning into high school. I was still fairly
big
young.
Dreams.
Big dreams. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like, maybe I'll make some video games or something. I don't know, like, right? But my little sister, because we would watch wrestling, she was always like, I'm gonna be a WWE superstar. I'm gonna be a WWE superstar. I was like, man, whatever, bro. Like, whatever.
Just play it off.
Yeah, just play it off. Like, whatever. So, like, we're going through life. We're both growing up. She's still, like, so consistent. Like, this is her dream. She wants to do it. She wants to do it. I'm like, I'm going into high school. I'm
figuring life out.
That summer, I'm just like, what if I do it?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm just like, you say you want to do it? Okay. You can do it, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
So, I start off in a podcast, right? Listening to a podcast he was one of my favorite wrestlers at the time, Sin Cara, WWE. And I asked him, I was like, oh, well, where do you train? Like, what do you do? And luckily he led me in the direction of somebody who trained beside Eddie Guerrero.
Right.
His name was Hurricane Hector Rincon. And so he sent me to Hector, and immediately I go to my mom. I was like, look what I found. Like, I found a place to train. Like, can I do it? Like, please. And she was like, whoa, slow your roll, kid. Like, what are you doing? This is such a big step for you. Like, I don't think it's the right choice right now. Try wrestling in amateurly. Try it in high school. Give that a year, and then we'll see about this. So I was like, oh, okay, like, fair deal. You know, that's fair. Yeah. I was very eager. But so I ended up doing my year in high school. I loved it. Even though I won and lost so many matches, right?
It's one. You just need one. That's
I
all you
won
need.
one match my freshman year. And I told my mom, I was like, I think I'm ready. I really want to do this. So she says, okay, we go over to Hector's house. And at 14, before I turned 15, I started training professionally.
Yeah.
So I get to training, right? I'm training, and then COVID happens.
Yeah.
The whole world shuts down. There's really nothing to do, so I'm just getting on the weights, training in my trampoline, my rolls, trying to
imagining lucha.
Yes, exactly. I'm trying to keep that muscle memory of what I learned from Hector.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm doing it, and I just remember one night being like, man, I miss this. Like, I want to get back into wrestling, but I don't know where to look. So I remember every day I would look up lucha libre. Like, that was the keyword, lucha libre in El Paso. And I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find any schools. I couldn't find, like, shows. I couldn't find anything. So I was like, man, I was really discouraged. On one fateful night, I don't know why I decided to switch it up. I looked up pro wrestling in El Paso.
So it just translated.
That's the thing that made the change. I found Pro Wrestling Zen.
Yeah.
And I saw that they were hosting a scholarship in January. This is around October, November. And I'm like, whoa, like, this is so cool. I go to my mom to tell her, like, hey, I found this thing. It's like, can I do it? And she's like, yeah. And then I look. One of the major requirements, you have to be 18. Yep. I told my mom, I was like, well, what do I do? That's all right, just lie. Oh, like, really? Just like that?
So you just, oh my,
it's like,
so you just narrow.
It's like, yeah, just lie, it's fine. It's like, oh, I guess. So I signed up. I was 18, right? And I go to the scholarship. Luckily, unluckily, my mom's car got broken into and they stole
Okay.
like my wallet. So I didn't have my ID. I go to the tryout and I was like, I emailed them like beforehand. I was like, hey, we got broken into. They stole my ID. Like, is it fine if I show up and I don't have an ID? Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. I was like, oh my God, I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
So lucky. So I went into the tryout and I did, not to toot my own horn, but I did phenomenal.
Okay.
Because of, I really want to showcase the person that showed me what discipline and hard work was, and that was Coach Aldo Meza in Coronado. If it wasn't for him, man, I know I wouldn't have gotten that spot. I actually ended up going and getting that scholarship because of how well I did.
Right.
And I will say my thanks. I'm forever grateful to Coach Meza. He showed me to be disciplined. He showed me what it means to be a hard worker. And I got that scholarship, right? 18-year-old boy. Alleged 18-year-old boy. I was the smallest, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was massive. I was literally the tiniest
You're the
person.
cruiserweight.
Yeah, I was the tiniest person in that room. Super shy, super timid, and ended up getting the scholarship, which I'm very grateful for with PWZ.
Yeah.
Right? And I got to meet someone there, right? Marty Snow was at that tryout. And that is where my relationship with Marty stems from, was that PWZ tryout. Because I remember, like, all the people in the tryout, well, my time, because it was morning and then there was an afternoon, little time slots.
Yeah.
We were all just waiting outside and we're just talking. And I was like, man, I really hope I see this guy again. Lo and behold, like a month or two later, he comes in. I was like, oh, bro, like, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, like, I signed up. I was like, bro, that's awesome. I'm so glad I can see you again. And so, literally, since then, we ran the summer as PWZ. We had a falling out with head coach, and we ended up becoming PWL, Pro Wrestling Legacy, in September.
Because Cosmo's in that group as
Yes.
well. You guys were one of the beginnings within PWL.
Yes.
And you guys are joined at the hip, and this is what I'm noticing with you guys is throughout that journey, and we're going to talk about what happened on May 15th. There will be a sign why that date came around. To have this relationship with you three guys, how did it culminate into this partnership that you're doing within PW?
It's literally just because we've been there so long that we've bonded. We became brothers. I will say that we're brothers.
Yeah.
Like, those guys are my second family. I love those two to death. We started with PWZ. All of us, all three of us started with PWZ. We transitioned into PWL. We were still there. We were still together. We traveled all the time together. Like, we did literally at the, like you said, at the hip. We were always together. We traveled together. We wrestled together. Whatever it was always together.
Yeah, I see.
And that's literally how it came about. We were the starting ground. We were El Paso Pro Wrestling. We built it up from literally, quite honestly, nothing. There was really nothing there. And if it wasn't for us three, and I'll give the shout out to the last pillar, Norinco, if it wasn't for us four,
Okay.
El Paso Wrestling doesn't get as big as it is right now.
How did that scene finally grow? Because I cover a lot in Austin, so it's a different scene compared to a Dallas, to a Houston, to the Rio Grande Valley. How did your growth as a scene work within you guys, and what were some of those roadblocks that really was a learning experience for you guys to finally grow into what the scene is today?
It literally just like happened out of nowhere. Like,
Right.
I remember just being there with 3 people in the crowd, 2 people, literally no one, and being like, oh, okay, like, this is the life of an indie wrestler,
Yeah.
right? I was like, oh, this is awesome. So
All the road trips,
yeah,
all this
I'm
stuff.
like, this is great. And then I just see it growing. I don't think I ever really got a chance to just like sit back and take it in, right?
Oh,
It was
because
just-
you're already in it.
I'm already in it, and it's just like growing, and I'm just like, man, this is cool. You know, I'm a little kid.
I'm working. You're working.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I don't really think I got a chance to just like sit back and really notice what we were doing.
Yeah.
It was just like work. And I feel like the time where it really expanded was when PWL decided to partner up with Delgado Promotions. because we brought in stars like El Cobarde, El Dragón, Aviático, the Delgado dynasty, which in El Paso there's such big names. They're
Right.
literally legends here. And getting to work with them because they have so much knowledge as being implemented into us,
Yeah.
we all just grew. We went from being these little kids, right? These teenagers into these young adults learning from these literal legends.
Right.
Like that's what it was. We were learning from the literal best.
Because I think what's nice, and it's like when during that time, and what were some of those like, and no wrestler's perfect.
Mhm.
No, there's no rhyme or reason with everything, but for you to learn the ropes of going out there, what were some of those lessons that you've learned from not only with the guys at PWL and the guys that you've worked with Delgado Promotions? What were some of those lessons that you understood to not do again?
Don't be such a hothead. I'm young. I get very annoyed very easily, right?
Yeah.
And that's something I really got implemented into me. Like it's like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Like I would come back from matches where I didn't like it, and I was very like annoyed, and you can visibly see I was like, man, like F this, F that, like being a teenager, classic teenager, I was moody. So that's something that got implemented into me very well. Something really big that got implemented into me was kayfabe.
Okay.
Because we were with the Delgados and because they are so traditional lucha, kayfabe, like you must stay in the back. You cannot go out and be a person because you're this larger than life personality.
Yeah.
You're not real name. You're GMO Kaminari. You're the hero of heroes.
Yeah.
That was a really big one, and it was a really tough pill to swallow because I was a kid, I felt like Peter Parker, Spider-Man, that's the best comparison I have. But like I wanted to show it all off, but I couldn't. I had to be professional.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what it is. And
Yeah.
and it's just, it doesn't matter if it's in the corporate world or here in the sport of professional wrestling. It's just, you want to keep that image going and to have an image of like, you have to look a certain way, and you don't want to be showing something that's completely different than what you are in character. And to have the hero of heroes, like, where did that come from?
If you know where I stole it from, I took it from Ben 10. The Jet. Ben 10. I am one of the biggest fans of Ben 10, and if you know Hero of Heroes, that is Ben's nickname, not as he's Ben 10. He's not just gets the Omnitrix and he becomes the Hero of Heroes. No. That took time. He didn't become the Hero of Heroes until he was 30, when he was Ben 10,000. And I was like, okay, Hero of Heroes to me means I'm working to get there. I'm not just the Hero of Heroes right now. I am working to be the Hero of Heroes. I'm not perfect, I'm not the perfect hero. I'm not Ben Tennyson. I'm me.
Yeah.
But I still want to work to be that.
And you look up, I mean, that's the way I see it. It's like, it's just, you're looking up to Ben 10 as that reference point for you to do that. Because I think what's nice with characters too is it's always been your personality times 100. Did it take time for that times 100 to culminate into the ring?
Yes, for sure. Just because I was such a shy kid growing up.
Okay.
I feel like for my first match, my first entrance, my first critique was, Gmo, don't be so shy.
That's pretty straightforward.
And because just that's me. I'm very timid. I am very to myself. I don't, I'm very to myself. I don't like being extra, and I feel like that is something I really gained now. And it's funny enough, it was because of Sabrina Carpenter.
You were in a pink studio.
I know. It was. I feel like Sabrina really helped me just like be who I am. She's very her.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't try to be someone else. She's very her, and like I love that about Sabrina Carpenter.
Right.
So I feel like I took that from her and I grasped it, and I was like, I'm just gonna be me. Like I feel like when I started and I told myself I was gonna be the hero of heroes, I feel like I tried too hard to be the hero of heroes, not knowing exactly what it meant. Now, realizing, be yourself. What would you do if you were a superhero? If you had the watch, you know, if you had all these powers? That's who I am now. GMO Kaminari, the character is me now. It's not what I wanted me thinking I was a superhero to be.
Yeah.
No, it's me. That's the best way to put it. It's me. I'm the culmination of so many random things, right? Ben 10, Spider-Man, Sabrina Carpenter. It's things that shouldn't mesh well together, but like they do.
It's a hodgepodge of everything else. My brain was processing like, wait a second, why Sabrina? Oh, I see what that means. But to build that confidence up, and I know you mentioned the things that you mentioned. What were some of the more tangible parts of you that build that confidence with that character?
I think the best way to put it is just be myself.
Okay.
I feel like because I forced myself to be the hero rather than building myself up to be the hero. I just like kind of forced it upon myself, like this is me, right? But no, like I feel like if I just like slowed down and just like processed everything,
okay,
I'm myself. I'm just me. I love cartoons. I love animation. I love Ben 10. I love Spider-Man. I love Sabrina Carpenter, and like that's just my character now. Like it's me.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any rhyme or reason to it, but it's just like
it's there.
Yeah.
Wow. Because like I think what's nice too, because we had this before the recording, a 3-minute championship run. Can you explain that?
Okay, so the storyline at the time was the PWL World Champion Aiden Colts was breaking down the 4 pillars of pro wrestling legacy one by one. He beat Cosmo Orion. He beat Norinco. He beat Marty Snow. Lo and behold, the last person he has to beat, the literal baby of the pillars, me. So we go through the match, and he has his corrupted ref at his side.
All right, I've seen everything now.
I accidentally drop kick that ref, right? Colt comes up to me, boom, I kick him, and I tap him out. Bell rings, I'm celebrating, yeah, I just won the belt. Nope, DQ, you hit the ref. What the heck?
You got off a technicality.
No, not even. Because another ref comes out, right? And they're like, well, you know what? We're restarting this match. Colt tries something. He tries to go for something. Boom, I roll him up.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I'm the new champion.
Okay.
I win the belt. I'm like, I'm ecstatic, you know. I just became the world champion. And then our general manager, Caesar, comes out and says, no. This is not how this is supposed to end. Ref that came out, Chucky, go to the back. What makes you think you can officiate this? Henry was the original official. I need you out. And this match is going to happen. You and Aiden Colt, the rematch right here, right now. Aiden hits me with the Andrade, hits me with a pedigree. I lose 1, 2, 3, and I lose the championship.
So you have the shortest run out of every single champion, right?
Maybe. I might. There might have been a cash.
We'll keep the records for later.
But as for now, shortest reign, 3 minutes.
Yeah, because before we even delve into later in your journey too, because I think the Guerreros, it started with Gory.
Yeah.
And it built that lineage of lucha libre and professional wrestling here in Texas. Mm. Has their imprint been felt ever since Gory and then Chavo Sr., Chavo Jr., and Eddie? Has that imprint been lasting throughout those years?
For sure. If you think of wrestling in El Paso, you do not think of anything other than the Guerrero family. They left such a big impact here wrestling-wise, it's hard not to think of them, right?
Yeah.
But also, we want more.
Okay.
Like, you think of El Paso wrestling, you have the Guerreros, right? Sin Cara, Cinta de Oro, Persephone, El Cobarde. You want more people. You don't just want... Selfishly, right? You don't just want them. You want everybody.
Just to diversify everything.
For sure. Like, you don't just want the Guerreros.
Yeah.
You want everybody else.
How has PWL been building up the foundation from where the Guerreros left off?
I feel like just making that boom here in El Paso wrestling, because it wasn't, like I said before, it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was close to nothing. And we made it what it is. It literally boomed into what it is today. And I feel like, without the Guerreros, right?
I mean, they started everything. It's not a knack
Uh-huh.
on them because we're acknowledging them first
Yes.
because they are the first.
Yes, they are the first. In history,
Yeah.
they are the first to do it. But we carried the flag, and
Yeah.
we're waving it high
Yeah.
and mighty, because we just want El Paso to succeed. Because our city gets overlooked a lot.
Yeah.
It does, wrestling wise. Like, oh, you're from El Paso. There's nothing there. We have so much to offer. El Paso has so much to offer wrestling wise.
Because you mentioned it before where to bring in Texas wrestling with lucha libre, where did what is the distinction between those two while still keeping it individualistic within the Texas scene?
The differences are just like the styles are vastly different.
Like night and day.
Night and day, literally. There's like lucha doesn't have much psychology, right? It's just very showy. It's very like this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. And the American style is why? You're doing this. Why? You're gonna punch it. Okay. Why? Right? And being individualistic, the El Paso style. Okay, let's take this showy aspect.
Yeah.
And let's take the why. Why am I doing this cool flip? Why am I doing these things off the top rope, right? That is the El Paso style. It's, okay, let's do this cool thing, but let's do it with reason.
Yeah.
That is the El Paso way.
Where did you find that balance between the two?
It took time. It really took time, but it was just messing with things, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna
trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. You're not gonna get good at something like that. It's just like mixing things up. Add your spice,
Yeah.
Add your salt and pepper, your paprika, your whatever seasoning you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. Just trial and error, messing around with the different things.
Yeah, because the extras work you've done too, because you mentioned a lot of areas there too, to look into the big leagues and seeing the Delgado Sports Complex to El Paso, to Rio Rancho, to Tucson, seeing those cities. What was that like being part of that?
It was pretty surreal, just like seeing all these big names, just like walking in, not trying to be a super fan, just like oh, like
It's not real.
yeah, like I'm trying to be one of you guys, right? While still not being one of these megastars. But I just remember getting the email for the first time that I got extra work for AEW. We were in Vegas for Mania weekend.
Yeah.
And I had just woken up, right? We had such a long day. I wake up, and I was like, I'm always on my phone. I'm still young. I'm always on my phone, and I look, and the first notification I see is I got an email from AEW, and I just become ecstatic, right?
Adrenaline just kicked in as soon as you got
There was like an Airbnb full of like these
Yeah.
El Paso guys. I'm like, guys, check your emails right now, guys. Like, come on, like who else got it? Who else got it? And it was like only me and Cosmo had gotten it, and it was to go to Rio Rancho, and that was our first AEW
Yeah,
show.
where is that again? Rio Rancho?
It's in New Mexico.
Okay.
It's near
Gotcha.
Albuquerque, I think.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Could be wrong.
We'll
Don't-
Google it.
Don't quote me on that.
We'll Google it.
Pretty sure it's by Albuquerque. But yeah, that was our first extra work, Albuquerque. But when it really just like hit me was in Tucson,
Okay.
because when we were in Tucson, people knew us. We went out when we were making our extras entrance, which is like walking through the curtain, and we hear, "Oh my God, that's GMO, that's Cosmo, that's GMO and Cosmo." I was like, "What? Like, you guys know us? You guys know us?" Of course, when we did it in El Paso, that's our hometown, right?
Yeah.
Of course, people are gonna know us, but somewhere as far as Tucson, they were able to recognize us, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like,
Is that Leonardo meme of like?
like that was, to me, was so awesome. Like, just getting to live that.
What was that like though, to go out to Tucson? Like, I mean, they have their promotion, but to be the workers outside of El Paso to Tucson, that must have been unreal to just like, because I did that too with when you guys were in El Paso, and I saw guy with long hair, with glasses, Cosmo. So I was like, what the hell? So, but like seeing how your work is felt outside of El Paso, what was that like having that moment in that AEW show?
It was the word I've been using. Awesome.
Yeah.
It was literally awesome.
Right,
just
Miz.
like, yep. Just like being out there and just having the people know who we were, not being from there. It was surreal. I was just like,
Yeah.
what the hell? I was like,
You
what
must
the
have left
heck?
a good impression.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like, yeah, a good impression. It was awesome, dude. Like, I felt starstruck.
Yeah. And like to know that within this journey, and we're going to delve into May 15th with the last show. We were going to have Ramon Romantico. He had a show last night. He couldn't make it. But seeing him grow along you guys, and you had the experience to share along with Ramon, with Amber Blaze, with John Gaia, all of these guys that are there. Leading up to this final show and gearing up for that time, what was that like seeing the, pun intended, the legacy that you've had with what you're doing in El Paso and passing that along to these guys leading up to the May 15th show?
It was literally crazy because I didn't think we left such a big impact until we kind of just like took a step back. We were like, whoa, we did this. Like, if it wasn't for us, guys, this doesn't exist. I remember Ramon coming in for his first practice. I think it was a Monday, and he just like walks in, and it's just me and Cosmo messing around in the ring. And he's like, I was like, hi, how are you guys? My name's Ramon. And he says it, he tells the story like this, that I go, I have no idea who the fuck you are. What are you doing here?
It's like records.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Ramon. But yeah, like I remember just him coming in, and he always says that me and Cosmo were his first teachers because we showed him how to roll that day. We showed him the fundamentals when honestly we probably weren't cut out for it, right? We were just a few months in, or like a year.
Really?
In.
Okay.
We're still pretty green. And he just like comes in, and we're teaching him how to roll the fun basics. And now he's carrying the flag. He is the PWL world champion, and all the credit to Ramon, bro. He's the hardest. He's a really hard worker.
You're there to contribute. Like it's not necessarily like set. It's not. It's how do I say this? You've left a lot of your experiences to him, and I saw him at the Delgado Promotions show, and it's like that's aura.
Yeah.
I did not expect aura to have someone of that size, and I'm sure there's other wrestlers who of different sizes and shapes, but the confidence really left a lot from you guys to do those types of things.
It was just like, it's crazy, you know. For me, it's more because I was younger than a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
Right. So I felt like why listen to me? I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Like you guys can do whatever you want. You can listen to Marty and Cosmo, but like I don't really care if you listen to me.
Yeah.
Like what am I going to show you guys? But still, like they went out and they listened, right? They do the stuff that we showed them, and it's just like it's insane, bro. Like I feel like I discredit myself a lot because I was the baby of the pillars, because I was the youngest, and I did contribute as much as they did, right? Being the baby.
Yeah. Because what's nice about how like the show's done on the 15th, and looking through social media too, and it goes back to my last question at the front end of this, and to look back in this journey from those guys who are on those tryouts at PWZ and the show's done, what is that impression of you mentioned it, stepping back and looking into it. Give us a retrospective on that show after.
It was really when Marty's match finished. He had just lost to Izzy James, and the promoter comes up to us and he's like, hey, go out. So, oh, okay, like we go out with Marty, me, and Cosmo, and then we see the roster come out.
Oh my god!
And we were just like, "Oh, you fool! I can't believe you just did this."
Who's leaving onions on the ring?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, "Man, I can't believe this!" And just seeing everybody that we were helping build up, everybody we grew up with, just like giving us our flowers and getting ready to say goodbye. It was, oh man, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I remember seeing Cosmo, just like wiping some tears, and
Yeah.
you don't really see Cosmo do that. He's very
Stoic.
yes, very stoic. He's very very to himself. Just seeing that was like, wow, like guys, we did this. Like, it was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing everybody out there, and then John Gallo comes out and he does a speech saying, without our legacy doesn't become what it is.
Mm-hmm. And throughout that journey too, and who do we need to look? I mean, you guys, Marty, Cosmo, yourself. For those guys who are here in El Paso, who do we need to look out for when they do go out of El Paso? Who are those wrestlers that need more recognition past the El Paso city limits?
So you have the obvious Three Musketeers, me, Marty, Cosmo, right? John Gallo. Oh my God, he's still very new, but he's so good. He's our Cena, He's so good for being in the business for such a short amount of time. Ramon Romantico, the biggest character, most lovable person you'll ever meet. Ramon is awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure you look out for him. The Money Line. Oozing charisma.
Yeah.
Those two are so good as a tag team and individually. So good. Those guys are phenomenal. I will forever give them my flowers.
Yeah.
John Gallo, Ramon, Moneyline, Chaos.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've seen him.
For sure. Chaos. Make sure you keep an eye on that kid. He is phenomenal. I am going to give him his flowers. He is awesome. Make sure you keep an eye on those five.
Seeing him on United with KC and with Epi, it's, oh man, that match was something else. And it's just, it's literal chaos in how he does things. And it's like seeing a lot of you guys go out of state. Out of state and then out of El Paso must be nice. And to know that Cheryl Guerrero is coming in November on Eddie, I can't believe that's a thing with Guerrero Day.
And it was just recently that it became a thing.
Yeah. And seeing this return of the legacy that Gory left and then Chavo, Eddie, seeing this new generation, she's a third generation wrestler. For her to come back, what are you looking forward to on this show on November 7th?
Just the wrestling. We're bringing... can't say anything. But we are bringing a lot of good people to come work that show.
Yeah.
And this show is literally going to be one of the biggest spectacles here wrestling-wise.
Yeah.
In El Paso, here for El Paso. We're bringing in so much. It's just going to be such a big thing to commemorate Eddie. Why wouldn't it be, Why wouldn't it be? We have to go big or go home, right? This is Eddie Guerrero. This is Eddie Guerrero Day, man. We have to go big.
What is that moment with Eddie that you've watched as a viewer? Mine? I'll say mine, and I'll say it real quick. It's the first promo he did. It was post SummerSlam, and it's just him walking out in the ring, and the crowd just went mega heat. I'm like, Eddie did his job, and it's his first promo. I think it was SummerSlam, and he walked out, and it was just him walking, and then the promo came out because it's a contradiction to him doing the low rider. He just walks down the ring, and it's like Eddie did his part because everyone booed at him. So it's like, holy crap! Okay, as a kid, I'm like, they got worked.
Yep. For sure. For me, I feel like I didn't get into wrestling until fairly late.
Yeah.
My first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 35.
Okay.
I think 34. It was when AJ wrestled Shinsuke.
Yeah.
That was my first WrestleMania. So just looking back at what wrestling was, obviously I found Eddie, and I remember being in my AP history class.
Yeah.
Watching him beat Brock for the title, and
my God!
That I just started oh my God, in class, and just everybody just looked at me all weird. I was I'm sorry. Oops, I forget I'm still at school. But yeah, it was so surreal seeing someone from El Paso make it so big.
Yeah.
That to me was, okay, we can make it. We can do it.
Because that promo with Lesnar, and he opened up. This is something that's nice about Eddie is he wears his heart on his sleeve. when his addiction brought up, and this one stuck with me. Like, I'm gonna paraphrase it, but like, I'm doing my best to support my family and to know that. To know that my addiction is more than me. It's beyond me to help with his family. Watching that on, I think it was a SmackDown. It was SmackDown, one of those shows. Watching it on TV for Eddie to say that, and I'm just like, I was probably like in high school, but I felt those words because like that's coming from the heart. And what's nice about El Paso and just seeing how like deeply rooted it is with the Guerreros and him winning the world title. And it's like, and yeah, you're right. It's more if he can make it, and then like you guys are doing their part to keep that legacy going. And it's one of those things where you're like, oh, okay. And you're building that scene there in El Paso.
Yeah, it was such a crazy moment. Of course, we have like breakout stars like currently signed to Consejo and AEW, Persephone. She's making waves, dude.
Yep.
She is making waves. She is phenomenal, and she's carrying the legacy of El Paso.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting those stars. We're like, El Paso's not just this. It's so much more.
Yeah. Because I think what's nice, and we're close to wrapping up too, because what are your goals for the year?
I would say just to travel more, and obviously that's every indie wrestler's dream, just to get out there. But honestly, I really do want to get my name out there. I want to go all over the place, right? I want my name to be known here, and that's my goal. I want to travel the world. I want to go all over the place. Luckily, I am fortunate enough to make my way over to the UK in August, which is one of my biggest investments. I didn't think I was going to be able to pull this off, but luckily I did. Shout out my boy Ben. But yeah, I want to be all over the place. I want GMO Kaminari to be the hero of heroes.
So, man, this is fun. I think we have one more question, and picture yourself as an adolescent you, and you know the work that you've done and the career that you're in the sport of professional wrestling. What would that younger version of you feel like seeing you and hanging out with you for a day?
Hit the weights sooner, my guy. I was such a skinny kid, but I think he would be very happy. This reminds me of an episode of Benton Omniverse where Ben gets to meet his 16-year-old self.
Okay.
And he's able to talk to him and say like, just like, oh, did old Ben forgive young Ben for like their mess ups? It's like, no, dude, like don't beat yourself up. Save the beat down for the bad guys. We're gonna do awesome. And we are doing awesome. And I feel like that's something I would do with little GMO. It's like, dude, like we've had our ups and downs. Who cares? Don't beat yourself up. You're the hero you're gonna be the hero of heroes. Save the beat down for the bad guys. Let's just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
Was he definitely shy then?
Yeah,
at that time,
for sure he was.
How would he react? I'm curious. How would he? Well, besides seeing like older, but like looking at that retrospective, like was he that shy still to even see you with the work that you're doing?
Yeah, I feel like for sure. I was such a shy kid. I hated that about myself, but
it built up over time. But it's just in that moment, he would have been like, "Oh my god, you're like, a wrestler?"
Yeah, like you're me. Are you sure? What happened to you?
So this is great. This is the end of the conversation for this episode, and we're off June. We'll be back in July, and huge shout out to this wonderful studio here at the Vault. Here in El Paso. Thank you, GMO. Hopefully I'll get some of the guys down the line because I know they're working today. So hopefully I can get these guys on for more conversation. So we'll end it here. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're on YouTube this week or wherever you're at in those streaming platforms. And we will see you in July. Yeah.